is News 3 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. The state capitol is the busiest it's been in nearly a year, with the second of two floor debates wrapping up late this afternoon and more activity to come tonight.
And that focus will be on Governor Evers' budget address set for 7 p.m. More on that in a moment, but we begin our team coverage with Naomi Coles. Naomi?
The Senate passed a lot of COVID-related bills today, but some of them it is unlikely that the governor is going to put his signature on. An overwhelming bipartisan majority in the Assembly approved sending millions in state income tax breaks to business owners, most of which will help those who got Paycheck Protection Program loans.
And we shouldn't be sending out all of this cash to companies that aren't necessarily going to need it.
And passing over on the Senate floor, other COVID-19 measures would block state and local health officials from mandating a vaccine or blocking public gatherings at places of worship. One setting off a lot of debate, a bill that would ban the state from prioritizing prisoners for the vaccine, ahead of where they'd be if not in prison.
It puts a prisoner so that they're treated the same as everybody else. And that's what the requirement is. I think constitutionally that they're not treated differently.
Democrats argued it's inhumane not to provide medical needs to people in the care of the state, and that ultimately the bills passed today did not address the core COVID issues.
You're going after the symptoms. You're not going after curing the disease. And that's a shame. So all it is a political statement. Oh, you can't give prisoner shots before other people.
Should those bills also clear the Assembly, it's unlikely they'll pick up the governor's signature. And that is just the beginning of Wisconsin politics today. Tonight, the governor is set to unveil his budget plan for the next 2 years. Madeline O'Neill is standing by with a preview of what's at the top of his agenda.
Well, Naomi, we already know Evers' budget will include focuses on health care, accessibility, funding public schools, and supporting rural communities, and much more. But he's already released specifics of a few more initiatives. One, he's proposing legalizing marijuana for recreational use and using part of the generated tax money to reinvest in communities. Two, his budget includes giving counties and larger Wisconsin cities the option to increase the sales tax to help them recover from the pandemic and not rely so much on property taxes. Three, Evers is proposing more than $329 million in economic development initiatives, including a $100 million venture capital fund to help startups and $200 million for small businesses hurt by the pandemic. Now, we'll be live streaming the address tonight at 7 o'clock on channel3000.com and on our Facebook page, and break it all down at 10 o'clock as well.
All right, thanks to Maddie and Naomi. Very busy night. Let's also check your first one forecast. Here is Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, it's been a pretty nice day overall, with sunshine and temperatures in the middle teens. It's nice to at least be above the 10-degree mark for high temperatures. Doppler track shows that heavy band of lake effect snow now moving back out into Lake Michigan and away from southeastern Wisconsin. Last night, cloud cover kept temperatures in the southeastern portion of the state above zero, but north and west of Madison, temperatures dropped off very rapidly, and temperatures were in the teens below zero out toward La Crosse. High temperatures today, though, were in the middle to upper teens. Madison reached 17 degrees, and you can see many locations were above 15. Right now, temperatures are right around 10 degrees, give or take a degree or two either way. Wind chills, though, not much of a factor because winds are light, and that'll be the case overnight. So while the low temperature will drop to about 7 below zero by early tomorrow morning, the wind chills should not be too bad. And then tomorrow will turn cloudy. It'll still be quite cold with a high temperature of 16. There might be a couple of flurries later on in the afternoon. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes some snow toward the end of the weekend.
We have breaking news tonight. The Jefferson County District Attorney has announced the 3 state troopers involved in the fatal shooting in Fort Atkinson in December will not face criminal charges. The incident on December 9th started when state troopers pulled a driver for speeding, but the driver took off, leading them on a chase. Their tires hit spike strips, and later when the vehicle came to a stop at the Highway 26, Highway 12 intersection, the man tried to carjack another person holding a gun to their head. Investigators say the man couldn't get inside the vehicle's locked doors. Then he turned and pointed a gun at officers. According to squad car video, 7 shots were fired. The district attorney finds the actions of the 3 officers were lawful and reasonable acts of self-defense. Joseph Crawford Lamal was killed in the incident.
Well, it is going to be a long time before we find out why a plane crashed in Rock County this morning, killing both people on board.
But tonight we are hearing from someone who saw and heard it happen. Gabriella Becerra is live in Janesville tonight. Gabby, what did you find out today?
Well, Eric and Charlotte, the plane crashed in the wooded area just behind me, only a mile south of the airport. Now, Rock County Sheriff's Office says the pilot radioed in for help, tried to turn back, but never made it. Emergency crews found 2 people in the plane. Both were declared dead on scene. A neighbor watched the plane go down from just a few blocks over. He helped direct emergency crews to the site.
I could see the plane was upside down basically in a swamp. I couldn't get anywhere near it because I tried walking out to see if I could get to it, but I kept breaking through the ice and sinking in the mud.
The sheriff's office said the small plane had a unique shape and took off the tops of many trees as it crashed on the way down. And the Rock County Sheriff's Office will continue to protect the site until the National Transportation Safety Board can take over, and their reports can take up to a year or more to come back.
All right, Gabby, thank you. In developing tonight, a Janesville man has been arrested. This is in connection with a death investigation in Wisconsin Dells. 34-year-old Jeremy Mundy is in the Columbia County Jail facing a homicide charge. On Sunday, police were sent to do a welfare check on 2 people staying in a room at the River Inn Resort. When they arrived, officers made contact with a man in the room who said he was okay. Then he was detained after telling police the woman was dead. The victim's name has not been released as her family is requesting privacy.
You still have time to get to the polls to vote on this primary election day. Voters will narrow the field of 7 candidates seeking to become state superintendent of schools. The top 2 vote getters in the nonpartisan race will advance to the April 6th general election. This is the only statewide race on the ballot. There are also local races in 2 Republican primaries. In our area, that includes the 13th Senate District to select a replacement for the seat previously held by Scott Fitzgerald, who is now in U.S. Congress. Polls are open until 8 p.m. and anyone with an absentee ballot should return it to their polling place before 8 o'clock. A reminder to check your polling location, as many have changed since the November election. You can do that and see what is on your ballot at myvote.wi.gov.
The CNN town hall with President Biden starts at 8 o'clock tonight. That's in Milwaukee. This is his first official trip as president. President Biden hoping to rally support for his $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package, taking his message directly to the public. President Biden will talk with everyday Americans in an effort to build pressure on Republican lawmakers to get behind his plan. The House is expected to vote on the relief package next week. The CNN town hall is happening at the Pabst Theater, and we'll have a recap tonight on News 3 Now at 10. Across Wisconsin, health officials confirmed 624 new COVID cases. That is below the 7-day rolling average of 754. 38 more people, though, have died. Over the past 24 hours, more than 15,000 people have been vaccinated. 4.3% of Wisconsinites have completed the COVID vaccination series. 12.5% have gotten at least 1 dose of the shot. And about 6.5% of Dane County residents have gotten both doses of the shot. More than 15% have received at least 1 dose.
Wisconsin's first community COVID-19 vaccination site is officially open in Rock County. The clinic at Black Hawk Technical College is open Tuesdays and Saturdays from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. Today was a soft launch to make sure operations are running smoothly before taking more appointments. The plan is to open the site to all Wisconsinites who meet the current eligibility criteria next week. If you are eligible to get the vaccine right now, you can sign up to get on the waiting list on the Rock County Public Health Department's website. Coming up next at 6, a Madison Middle School is highlighting Black excellence during Black History Month. We'll take a look at the lesson plan and hear from one of the teachers behind it. Stay with us.
Golden Cars is breaking into spring with huge savings. You can get a 2016 or 17 Ford Escape starting at $10,995 or $175 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2016 or 17 Ford Escape only for $10,995 or $175 per month.
Don't miss out on these huge spring deals with over 500 vehicles in stock.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Dealing Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Life has changed over the past year, but what hasn't changed is Meineke continuing to make your safety our #1 priority. Make an appointment now and save $10 on all oil change packages. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help keep you safe on the road.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
Learning about Black History Month shouldn't just be about slavery or the hardships our Black community members have experienced in history. It should highlight the accomplishments and triumphs as well. And that's what a Cherokee Heights Middle School teacher is setting out to do. Every Tuesday, he hosts a virtual session with students. For 30 minutes to an hour, he shares major accomplishments and fun facts about Black figures throughout history.
Great voices of the past, motivational speakers, great quotes from Black people that inspire youth, inspire me, inspire them, because, it's a lot of negativity that they see out in social media. I believe that you need to combat that on a daily basis by filling them up with, knowledge, history, encouragement, things like that.
Well, he sounds inspiring as well. Tonight, only on News 3 Now at 10, our Jamie Perez takes us into his virtual classroom and shares what messages he's leaving these kids with each week. And United Way of Wisconsin encouraging people to participate in a 21-week equity challenge. The 5-month challenge started at the beginning of the month. It'll run through mid-June, and you can still sign up to get a weekly collection of readings, videos, quizzes, and more straight to your email inbox. The goal is to help people develop a deeper understanding about how inequity and racism affect our lives and communities. You can sign up at UnitedWayWI.org.
Still ahead at 6, a Rock County healthcare provider is once again forced to cancel vaccine appointments. Mercy Health leaders say they haven't gotten any of the doses they asked for the past 2 weeks. And the bitter cold finally comes to an end. We have a slow warm-up that'll continue throughout the week. Gary has the details in your First Warn forecast.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean. And people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, by ordering in response to this advertisement, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Attic Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart.
Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
We spent a lot of time today trying to figure out who's telling the truth about vaccines in southern Wisconsin. Mercy Health in Janesville says it received none for the second straight week, but the state told us that's not true.
Now, no matter who is telling the truth, it's the patients who thought they were going to get a vaccine and instead had their appointments canceled. Amanda Quintana shows us that lack of supply, it's affecting a lot of patients.
The third time that you're told you've been moved back in the list, it's hard.
Jane Dowdy has had several appointments for COVID vaccine, finally thinking her February 20th one at UW Health would stick. Then she got the text last night, rescheduled to mid-March.
They say how sorry they are. They say, you know, how unfortunate it is, but then they end with, you know, just be patient. And well, you know, that only goes so far.
She's not alone. Hundreds of patients in our area are facing the same delays.
You're on this emotional roller coaster where, you know, I mean, I really don't want to get sick, and we've been really, really good, but I keep thinking the longer this goes on.
Mercy Health says they were forced to cancel almost 500 appointments this week, claiming they got 0 first doses for the second week in a row. At UW Health, even though they have the ability to vaccinate 7,000 people a week, they're still getting only about 2,000 doses.
DHS is using a blended approach where they're adding more and more vaccinators. And when you have the same pool of vaccine to distribute, that means that some of the larger systems are not going to get as much.
And it doesn't look like UW Health will be getting any big increase anytime soon. Dr. Matt Anderson says they're working through those scheduled, but if their patients can find a vaccine somewhere else sooner, they want to help.
Going out and trying to find it in one of 15 or 10 or 20 places or however many it is work for people to do, and there's a lot of emotion that goes with that.
Dowdy stayed up checking her account every 2 hours last night, finally finding an appointment this morning, but knows not everyone can do that, and they shouldn't have to.
There's people without smartphones, without computers, they're relying on their kids to try and, you know, and their kids are working full time. It's just mind-boggling.
Amanda Quintana, News 3 Now.
DHS says they take a list of things into consideration when choosing where to allocate vaccines, and there just isn't enough to go around. UW Health is trying to compile information to help patients who might want to try to find a vaccine elsewhere.
Ice coverage on Lake Superior has increased by nearly 25% over the past week, thanks to the long stretch of sub-freezing temperatures. That's good news for ice anglers' aquatic life that depend on ice cover and shorelines. The lake was experiencing historically low percentages of ice in January. That changed yesterday when nearly 32% of the lake had ice. That's a rapid increase from 7% just a week ago. Around here, temperatures are slowly warming up. Gary has your first warn forecast.
They're still not to the point where you have to worry about any ice melting, though. They're still going to stay below freezing through the weekend. Now, we missed out on a major lake effect snow off of Lake Michigan. Take a look at some of these snow totals. Over 18.5 inches on the north side of Chicago. Midway Airport on the southwest side of the city had almost 18 inches of snow. O'Hare Airport about 7.5 inches. Mitchell Field, Milwaukee, 9.5 inches. Here in Madison, not even a ½ inch of snow fell. Over the last 48 hours, our temperatures have been hovering around 0, give or take a few degrees either direction, and wind chills have been well below 0. But look what's happened today. Temperatures made it up into the teens, and wind chills made it up above 0 with very light winds. And over the next 48 hours, we're not in danger of setting any high temperature records, but at least we're looking for nighttime low temperatures to drop below 0, but with little in the way of wind chills because of the light winds. And high temperatures will be getting up into the teens and maybe close to 20 degrees. Every little bit helps, I suppose. Last night, cloud cover and the lake effect snows kept temperatures in the single digits above 0 east of Madison. West of Madison, a different story. Temperatures from the teens below 0 across our northwestern viewing area. 20s and even some 30s below zero in the northern part of the Midwest. Right now, temperatures are in the single digits to around 10 degrees here, already below zero over parts of western Iowa and western Minnesota, but notice the wind chills, about the same as the temperatures. We're not seeing much in the way of a breeze that would drop wind chills off very much. To the south, another winter storm with winter storm warnings in parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, winter weather advisories into Missouri, but that storm will stay to our south as well. We might just catch a few flurries tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night as the main storm track has stayed to the south of us, other than the heavy lake effect snow bands that have been moving now into northwestern Indiana. Our part of the Midwest is very quiet with high pressure located just out to the west of us. On future track, the skies will be mainly clear for the first part of tonight and then turn partly cloudy by tomorrow morning. That'll allow temperatures to drop to between 5 and 10 below zero. But the clouds move in for tomorrow. There might be a flurry or two in the afternoon into tomorrow night, but the bulk of any accumulating snow will stay well to our south. And then as we head into Thursday, we'll probably see a few more breaks in the clouds. And even into Friday, I think we'll see skies eventually turn partly sunny with temperatures perhaps in the upper teens to lower 20s. Now, a potential snow system for Sunday of next week, one of the computer models has the heavier snow down across northern Illinois. Not a major snowmaker, a couple of inches of snow. The very latest forecast from the GFS computer model, the U.S. computer model, shows about a 1 to 2 inch snowfall here, maybe some heavier amounts down toward the Illinois state line. So mainly this is from Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, still calling for above normal temperatures here, below normal precipitation out to the west, and that would set up an active storm track in between with above normal precipitation. Our forecast for tonight calls for a low temperature of about 7 below zero with partly cloudy skies, but with light and variable winds. Wind chills should not be much of a factor. And then for tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 16 degrees. It'll turn mostly cloudy, and there might be a couple of flurries in the afternoon, but not much more than that. Thursday, a high of 22. Friday, a little colder, 17 for a high, and then down to 4 below zero by early on Saturday morning. But Saturday's sunshine brings us up to 21. We'll be in the low 30s on Sunday with that light snow in the afternoon and at night. Maybe a chance of light snow on Monday afternoon, and then a weather system with some snow, maybe some freezing rain or sleet mixed in toward the latter part of next week.
And coming up in sports, it's been smooth sailing for the Badger volleyball team so far, while Kelly Sheffield isn't worried about his team being overconfident. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Menards carries the products you use every day. Everyone needs a battery that they can rely on. So choose Energizer batteries and products. Grab a 16-pack of Energizer AA or AAA alkaline batteries for only $7.99 each. While you're here, stock up on light bulbs. Sylvania LED bulbs are long-lasting and energy efficient. This 3600 lumen extra bright LED light bulb is just $14.99. Now, during Menards Race to Savings Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you sick of the areas of your home being cold in the winter or hot in the summer? Your house is a complete system of components that need to work together, similar to the human body. Just like us, your home needs to breathe too. If we're letting our home breathe fresh air, we'll be healthier and regulate our temperature better. Wouldn't it be great if we could show you all the areas needing improvement in just minutes without tearing the house apart? That is what our thermal imaging does for you. It will show the temperature differences and areas of air exchange. Then you'll know what areas need to be improved. Just like going to the doctor, except these doctors do house calls. This will also help in preventing the entrance of harmful pollutants inside your house. You can now easily bring down the energy bills and have a durable and safe home environment with Fry Construction. Visit fryconstruction.com to schedule your free professional house call with a thermal imaging and insulation specialist.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
Wednesday morning, a new program trying to help feed struggling Dane County families.
Plus, chocolate treats without the guilt. We'll see if they're the real deal. See you starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates, taking action to discover and report the facts to make sure your voice is heard. That's why News 3 Now investigates.
After the Michigan loss, Demetric Trice said Wisconsin can't play for just 30 minutes or 35 minutes. They have to play the full 40, especially against the top-tier teams in the Big Ten. And there have been a lot of whys on how they're losing. Shooting struggles, timely turnovers, getting out-rebounded, lack of defense. But the fix is something the Badgers haven't figured out yet. But Micah Potter has an idea.
Forget what's going on the outside. Just play and realize like this is all we've got right now. We've got, 5 games left, I think, and then the Big Ten tournament and then the NCAA tournament. Like this is it, So it's just like we gotta come out and be mentally locked in every single possession, physically locked in every single possession.
For the first time in nearly a year, the Bucks will have fans in the stands. The franchise is taking a phase-in approach to work up to the 10% capacity they're allowing in, starting tonight with 250 fans. Thursday, it's going to be up to 500. Friday, it'll be at 750. And then Sunday, they'll hit the max with 1,800 fans at Pfizer Forum to see the Bucks take on the Knicks. It's been 8 matches up and 8 matches down for the Badger volleyball team, and it's been that easy, too. Wisconsin has dropped just 1 set since their season began, and they're swinging with a lot of confidence right now as they get ready to face Michigan State this weekend. Is Kelly Sheffield worried his team is too confident? Not this group, because they know what's on the line.
This group is really driven. They've got big goals. They've worked their tails off. They want to hang banners up. And they want to be remembered. They want to be legends. As far as Wisconsin volleyball goes. And so I don't worry about them. Being too full of themselves where they forget who they are.
On the ice, the pair of Badgers were honored for their part in Wisconsin's sweep of Mundy State over the weekend. McKenna Webster was named the WCHA's Rookie of the Week for tallying 2 goals, while Grace Bowlby was tabbed the league's Defenseman of the Week. And Brett Anderson will be back for the Brewers for another year. ESPN's Jeff Passan is reporting that the 1-year deal is worth $2.5 million. Last season, Anderson went 4 for 4 in 10 starts with an ERA of 4.2. And Charlotte, the weather today kind of made you feel like a little baseball season.
Oh, I know. You know what? It does feel awfully warm out there compared to the past few days.
We'll take what we can get, Gary.
Yep.
We were talking fantasy baseball today, so yeah, we must be turning the corner on the weather. Well, Doppler track right now, pretty quiet across Wisconsin. Even the lake effect snow band now moving out into Lake Michigan away from Racine and Kenosha counties. Southern Wisconsin, free of precipitation. Temperatures, single digits for the most part, a couple places around 10 degrees. But notice the wind chills, the same as the temperature because there's really not much of a breeze out there. Down to about 7 below zero tomorrow morning, high tomorrow of 16. Temperatures warming up toward the end of the weekend with some snow chances next week.
That's right, baseball season's almost here. Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.